It wasn't easy to get people to believe us.
Everyone watches the shows, but once you say that you've been visited, everyone laughs.
It was early on a Sunday morning when it happened. I was a dog sitter by profession, so I was just heading out to my first client, Steven, to collect his dog, Cujo. I was positive about everything going great. I hadn't had the job for long, but I had gotten a collar. He's a St. Bernard, so come to think of it, this wouldn't have fit. But I was positive everything was going great. So as I was walking through the park, I had to make a quick stop at a public toilet. I know what it wasn't a wise decision, but I was desperate. I was really desperate. As I entered the bathroom though, I remember hearing this odd sound. It's a sound I'll never ever forget. Like, it was really creepy. I was almost convinced it was coming from inside the toilet, so I walked over and looked only to see. I can't explain it. It was odd. It was like nothing on earth I'd ever seen. It was fluffy, but not fluffy. It was slimy, but not slimy.
I guess that will work.
I thought it needed saving. I can't be sure, but I must have fainted because when I woke up, I had this smelly, slimy fluid all over my face. But that wasn't even the worst part. What shocked me the most was these. This is what shocked me the most, these.
Your rubber gloves were gone?
That is not the point, okay? These.
Jessie McLeish was to never look after dogs again, and instead put her newly acquired green thumb to use in a greenhouse. But she still hoped and wished that one day she could go outside again without wearing that glove.
Jessie McLeish was not a victim of a practical joke or a serial tattoo artist who had a fetish for green dots.
No, she was abducted, and we knew that there was a way that we could find people just like us.
We are all victims of these malicious Martians and their crazy agendas. We didn't know their names until we met our next victim.
I was ecstatic. I was auditioning for Peking Duck in On Goose Pond. And it was my dream role. It was everything that I'd worked for, and I knew with all of my rehearsing, I was gonna get it. I remember laying on the floor, and I could see myself on that stage wearing those goose feathers. I remember having this perfect fantasy in my mind. Except it wasn't perfect because there was this noise, this odd sound, like squeaking, but not squeaking. I thought it was a mouse, so I said, let me get out of here before this mouse comes for me. But when I opened my eyes, I was in a white room, and I couldn't see anything but these hands, alien hands, with tools over my body, and then there was a pink box. And when they opened the pink box, that squeaking sound, the loud noise from before, was getting louder and louder and louder. I must have passed out or something, because when I woke up again, there was only one word on my mind. Booglebug, booglebug. And its noise and that ghastly creature was stuck in my mind for every waking moment. And the worst part is this. Actually, on top of that, I can't even dance anymore.
Can you please show us where the alien touched you?
Really?
Yes.
Here. Here. And there.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
She looks like me before.
The last person we interviewed was probably the most affected by the abduction. Chucky McIntosh was an austere, serious man, a high school teacher who had a future in politics. He was a serious man and had no time for nonsense and demanded obedience from his students.
You know, Chuck and I aren't really friends. I mean, I'm a gym teacher and he teaches whatever he teaches. I think history or something. But like, the Chuckster, ever since he got that box, he's changed, man. Like, he feeds it food, he talks to it. I think he even works out with it.
You haven't had any alien experiences?
Not personally, no. I mean, there was this one time I was like in the gym and there was this dude who walked past and I was like, his head's in weird shape. But you know, not personally, no.
How did you catch it? Can we look in the box?
Yeah, I really want to know what makes that noise.
Okay, if we put the camera down, can we see it? Okay, it's going down. It's going down. Okay. Oh, it's so adorable! Can I touch it?
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!